Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It is great to be with you guys on, yes, inspirations for your life. We have another great topic for you guys, but before I go ahead and tell you the topic, you'll notice a QR code at the top right in the corner of the screen. Why not you grab that smartphone of yours, launch the camera app, point over the QR code, touch the yellow lips. You get my link tree as easy as that. If you're not watching us, but you're only listening to us, well, then go out to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, fabulous creations, including the one that you're definitely going to want to check out. And that is the one where I am talking with you guys about a brand new article that I actually wrote. And this article is, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you ready for the title? Here's the title. The title is Be Life and How AI Will Protect Them. I think that's a very, very, important thing. And you know how we do this. We start on a Saturday, we roll through the week, and we end up on a Friday with the master topic ending. Whether you're watching us at 10:30 at night, 10:30 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, potato, whenever you watch us, thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your motivational diet. Let's get on with our master topic, how to be humble. Oh, I love this. So we're series two means we're in the second year, show 33. Wow, episode number 2. I can't believe we're on the second year already. This is just pretty soon we're in the third year. So being humble, ladies and gentlemen, it starts with something. You know what it starts with? It starts with gratitude. Yes. So gratitude. And you're probably wondering, well, what is the definition of gratitude? Well, don't wonder anymore because I'm going to tell you. Gratitude is a noun, and it is a state of being grateful or thankfulness. And so when I refer to it in the context here for this cast, I'm talking about gratitude from the heart. Okay, we have to be humble, and we have to remember that it starts with the heart. So it's one thing to say I'm thankful for something, but it's another to feel that gratitude inside our body. I just had a group of about 10, 12 people where I did a mastermind of a meditation session. And, you know, explaining to them how it works was really interesting. So, one of the things I like to do is I have this gratitude rock. And so every day I basically hold this gratitude rock in my hand. And I not only think about the things I'm grateful for, but I go to feel those things as well in my heart. What am I grateful for? Why am I grateful for? Just really feel that. And when you feel that, it makes a big difference as opposed to just saying it. Okay. I'll tell you that gratitude is something a lot of people think they have, but they don't. Um, and that's because they're showing gratitude, but they're doing it for something else. They're not doing it for the purpose, which is to be thankful. So, a part about being humble happened to me a few weeks ago. So, there was a client of mine who's also a friend. And after I finished doing some IT work for them, him and his wife asked me to go, check out their beehives. And I don't know about you, but I was petrified because the last time I had a tango with a bee, I was about 3 or 4, and well, let's just say that bee stung my arm, my left arm, and I put mud on it, and it didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. Of course, I'm fine. I can't even tell where the bee stung me, but it wasn't fun. Um, so that's an interesting other thing. Uh, and so you might be wondering, why? Um, so there's something that I want to share with you guys is that only female bees can sting. A bee stinger is basically a modified egg laying structure So only females are capable of stinging. Uh, if you're really adventurous and are able to tell the difference between a male and a female, well, you could just pick up a male bee from a flower and not get stung. But that's not a good thing anyway. The thing is this, what I want to share with you is they wanted me to go, check this beehive out. So I was petrified and didn't want to do this at all. And so, yeah, I said, yeah, I'll go. I'll be about 500 feet away from them. So I got close. He said, you're fine, John. You've got a white shirt on, you've got tan shorts on, and the color is fine, and you'll be great. And they'll welcome you. They're nice bees. And so I was kind of getting ready to go, come on, John, let's go. And I'm like, all right. So I went over there, and they're dressed in similar attire. And we go to their gate with their garden. They open the gate, and I could see the beehive like a couple hundred feet away. And I was like, okay, this is good. He's like, no, no, you got to come closer. And as I close the gate, I start to notice these bees start to swarm all around me. And he said, just don't do anything, no fast movements, don't try to swat at them or hit them or anything like that, and you'll be fine. So now I'm petrified. I've got all these bees around me. I don't know how many. There had to be 40, 50, 60 bees or more, just all swarming around me, my arms, my legs. And I was just like, oh boy. But I said, the bees are already around me. I said, so far everything's okay. I'm going to walk closer to the beehive. I'm going to be okay. I looked, I saw the queen bee. I saw how they were making the honey. And after I was there for a few minutes, I said, can I leave now? He said, well, you understand it? I said, yeah, I'm good. So I was in there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I kind of wanted to get out. Now, no bees had stung me yet. I said, what do I do? He says, you just leave. I said, that's it. I said, how about the bees? He said, you just leave. He says, and they'll move away from you. So I just walked out the gate. And as I walked out the gate, the bees just left me. And I was totally outside the gate, and there was not one bee around me. And I was like, wow. So what this proved to me is that bees actually don't want to harm you. They really don't want to harm you. And the reason they don't want to harm you is when they sting you, they die. Um, and so you could have like a bumblebee sting. So there's all kinds of bees, right? Um, so bumblebees and honeybees have different stingers, and not all bees die when they sting you. In fact, very few do. So honeybees and bumblebees stings can be both a little painful, and to those who are sensitive to it, which is a lot of people, the venom that's injected in the skin when these bees sting has an effect on our blood vessels, causing some swelling and itchiness and pain. And unfortunately, that does not go away very quickly. When a honey bee stings you, the stinger becomes anchored in your skin, and when she tries to free herself, she will die because it will tear out her insides. And you thought the bee sting was painful. So the question is, why do they do this? And only female bumblebees can sting. So the question you're probably asking me is, do male honeybees sting? Um, Male bees do not have stingers and can't sting you. Okay. Um, and so, there are different types of bees, but we're not going to talk about all that right now. The thing is, they don't want to sting you. Okay. Um, and The thing about bees is if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. And so bumblebees or honeybees, they really don't want to bother you. Um, they just want to do what they have to do. So a male bee can easily be recognized because they are larger, they're slower, and they don't have the visible stingers that you can see from the female bees. In the case of honeybees, it's easy to spot a male because their eyes are on the head, unlike in the females. But the thing is this, is that it's interesting and people get scared because of the situation that happened to me. And so yellow jackets also sting. If you grab a hold of the skin just to get a better grip with their stinger, they are a danger to humans because they can sting repeatedly and they do not lose their stinger like honeybees do. So those are your yellow jacket stingers. And so if you swat a bee, yes, the bee will sting you. Um, but bees will not sting. Honeybees will not sting you if you don't swat them. Okay. And as long as they're away from the nest, honeybees are not overly defensive. They only sting if stepped on or trapped in some way. There's a large number of honeybees in some areas that may indicate a colony that's nearby. So if you intend to camp in the area, look around for the colony first. So if it's bee season, what do you do to avoid being stung? Just stay calm and don't swat. That is probably the most important thing. Um, and I didn't realize that bees don't want to harm people. So by me being humble and wanting to learn about bees, petrified as it was, I got inspiration not only to learn more about bees and how there's the drone bees, the worker bees, and the queen bees, and how the queen bee can't just be thrown into a new hive. It has to go through a process where the bees have to kind of like, lick the honey off the comb so then it can kind of welcome the bee in. And then it got me to learn that bees are having a problem of becoming extinct because of pesticides, herbicides, and also because people are killing bees and the way people are living. So I started to do research and I learned that there is actually AI out there to protect bees. No, I'm not making this up. And you can read my article on believemeachieve.com under John C. Morley's recent articles. And the title is Bee Life and How AI Will Protect Them. I'm not going to let all the bees out of the nest or the cat out of the bag, no pun intended there. You definitely want to check out my article, Bee Life and How AI Will Protect Them. Well, what I will tell you is it uses a brand new type of home that was built by a company in another part of the world. And they use AI to manage the environment. So, really interesting. So, being humble oftentimes doesn't happen because people have this ego and they want to make it bigger. They want to make themselves seem more important than they are. Not that people aren't important, but when you have to like really emphasize things and make it that you're like the most important thing, that's not being humble, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you, that is not being humble. And if it's not being humble, then that's something you do not want to do. Something you do not want to do. And I say this to you because my whole life up until now, I had been scared of bees. Now, I know if I see a bee, I don't need to be afraid of the bee because there's a very good shot that bee's probably not going to want to hurt me because if the bee's away from the nest, it's not trying to protect anything. And I learned something really important all from just being humble. If you make a choice to be humble in your life, think about something that you might be able to learn, well, because you're being open to a new possibility. Well, we got lots more to talk about and how to be humble this week. So definitely go ahead and check out more of our great content at believemeachieve.com. Definitely be sure to tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. And of course, share this out with everyone you know on social media. And you can just go to believemeachieve.com, click on the PayPal link, which is to help keep our content free. Make the choice, buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a scrumptious plate of desserts. We'll be so grateful those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities, ladies and gentlemen, to give you, guess what? the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you to have, yeah, an amazing life. But to have an amazing life, a big part of it, ladies and gentlemen, is to choose to be humble. And again, as I said to you, the reason most people are not humble is because they want to make sure they get the credit. They want to make sure that they are the kingpin. They want to make sure that if there's a prize, that they're going to get it. They want to make sure that they get that recognition. Even if it's small, they want to make sure they get it. So remember, if you've already gotten that recognition, there's nothing else for you to be deserving of. So don't worry about getting the recognition in the beginning. Just be humble, and you'll see that you'll get your reward later in the end in a very honorable way. Again, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege. It has been an amazing pleasure and honor to be with you this fantastic evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Comment below. And of course, reach out and buy my team a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful. Thanks, everyone.